I am obsessed with the question, what makes a good teacher great? I collected 26,000 responses to this question in 8 different schools, from the poorest schools in Los Angeles to suburban schools in Texas to lead private schools abroad. And after 24 years of teaching students, I'm still perplexed by the question. Today I am going to teach you the lesson I learned from the thousands of students and learn what I found out from them if we just listen to students. The thing about it that during my time I realized that we don't ask this question for a particular reason. Schools are afraid. Based on fear, they don't really want to know what kids think, partially because they don't think kids will take it serious. I'm going to share with you one of the most profound quotes, answer to this question that I have ever. Now, I know what you are thinking. Doesn't this prove my point? Great teacher eat apples. When I first saw this, I dismissed it as silence, but it appeared again and again. So I thought there's got to be something to this, but what are they trying to tell me? So one day I decided I would start eating apples. I ate them in the morning, at lunch, during class, in the hall. Kids began to give me apples. They see me eating them and say, "You are eating an apple." I know. They would smile and I would smile back. It wasn't until I understood that kids wanted to see me as somebody who is willing to receive a gift from them, that the apple was simple for our relationship. There was goodness in that and trust. But for a long time I wasn't listening, and I hadn't understood this. They have their own language. When they say a great teacher is sure what they really mean it, don't take it too serious. Be calm in your situations. Don't get overwhelmed. They have a way of speaking to us about what they really want to tell us, but we have to listen. Right? I'm the father of 2 growing kids. They are out of school now and in college. But when they were at home and they were teenagers, I had to learn a whole new language. When they would come home from school, I would ask them, "How was your day?" And they would say, "Fine," which usually meant it was not bad, it was pretty good. Nothing happened even eventful. I probably learned something maybe I didn't. But if they came home and said, "Fine," what they meant was, it wasn't really great. But don't ask me because you wouldn't understand anyway. If I asked them how their day was and they said okay, what they were trying to tell me was that wasn't good at all, and you should probably ask me more questions, but don't expect me to answer. Kids have their own language. They have their own way of thinking. They want us to think like them. and understand what's inside of their head. They have so many ways of thinking that things are great. They want us to see their world inside of them. But they don't want us to act like them. They want us to be calm and protect them and keep them safe. Kids have a way of communicating, and adults just haven't spent the time listening. But what if we did? What if we really listened deeply to students? One of the things I noticed after all the years of collecting these responses is there is patterns that emerge. When I ask the question of what makes a good teacher great, oftentimes I heard a great teacher loves to teach. 7% of the time they give over that answer, a great teacher loves to learn. The reason this is significant is they don't see this happening. They don't see teachers learning in front of them. They see them teaching, but they wish they would learn along with them. Think about it. Principals here teachers to be content experts, to have all of the knowledge, not to be learners. But what if they did? What if you showed up in the classroom and the teachers had something said, I don't know exactly what we are going to do today, but I can't wait to learn with you. Or that they saw their teacher struggle through something they didn't actually know and then eventually discover the answer. Kids want to be inspired by this idea that learning is important, but they don't see it in schools. When I saw this code, a great teacher isn't a teacher, I actually was a little bit offended. What do you mean? I'm a teacher. They're like, we know. What they were trying to tell me is a great teacher isn't in the classroom. Think about it. Think about times that you have some joy enjoying and understand a time when you learn something that you still remember and you use this, like throwing a baseball or riding a bike. I remember learning to ride a bike from my mom when I was 5 years old. She took off the training wheels of my bike. She got behind me and began to push. And we ran until she finally let go, and I began to ride a bike. That's what I did. That's how I learned to ride a bike. I can still ride a bike to this day, from the moment. But can you imagine if I tried to learn to bike from my mom in classroom, what it would look like? So first, you need to learn all the parts of a bike. There is the pedals and the crank, and there is chain that turns the way. You have to have a significant force. Once the force have enough momentum, you can keep your balance. That's how a bike works. I want you to learn all the parts, be able to label them, and then you're going to learn and write research about the history of bike ride.